Dominator here live on Twitch. I'm making this video while I'm live on Twitch, and something new, something different. So, real fast to get you guys up to speed, I am going to be talking about the fourth and fifth week of the XFL, preparing you for the rest of the XFL. And basically, we're halfway through the season. What the hell's going on? What do we like? What do we don't like? But also, I want to make a quick announcement. Thank you to everyone who got me to affiliate on Twitch. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm live on Twitch right now. We have cool little channel points that you can get while watching. Um, we're expand the brand, expanding the name. Here we go, and I just appreciate you guys so much. But so if you guys want to go check that out, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's get into it. Week 4, we had the Guardians going against the Roughnecks again. Roughnecks destroying them. The Brahmas going against the Sea Dragons. Sea Dragons starting off hot, getting hot again, or at least getting hot. They're starting to score. They're starting to. I still think they're a team that you got to look at because they're having struggles. Battlehawks beat the Renegades, and the Vipers lost to the Defenders. Week 5 was kind of interesting. The Roughnecks got taken down. Their undefeated streak over 2-3 years is over. The Sea Dragons have beaten them. The Battlehawks got upset at home against the Defenders. The Vipers had a great game against the Guardians. I knew that this game was going to be good because it was two bad teams, so it was either going to be a bad game or a very entertaining one, and we got an entertaining game. And then the Renegades, in a very close battle, beat the Brahmas at home. So as the standing goes, in the North Division, it's DC with 5-0, St. Louis 3-2, Seattle 3-2, Vegas 1-4, Houston 4-1, Arlington 3-2, San Antonio 1-4, and Orlando is 0-5. Sorry. So we already are seeing the playoff standings kind of happen. So obviously, we're seeing that Houston and Arlington more likely than not will be those teams. St. Louis or San Antonio is going to have to go on a run in that South Division to take at least Arlington's spot, but not looking likely. And then this other division is going to be wild because right now you have DC who's running away with it, undefeated, and St. Louis and Seattle both sitting at 3-2, which they're both similar style teams. I think they both struggle. I feel like they don't play a full 60 minutes. Right now, DC and Houston are those two teams that play a full 60 minutes. I can't wait to see DC versus Houston. Should be a very entertaining game. Two best teams in the league. So real quick, let's just look. So week 6, we'll see Seattle versus Guardians. More likely than not, Seattle's going to walk out of that the victor. Then Battlehawks fight Vipers, and Battlehawks need to win this game because I think teams that have, right now, the teams that are 1-4, they're more likely out of the playoffs. But there is a way they still can get in. In Vegas's way, they literally just need to win out this entire game. I believe, I might be wrong, but they play Seattle one more time, I think. And either way, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, they do play Seattle one more time. But you need to be the people in your division. And if they could do that and they could win, because they're going to have to play the Battlehawks in St. Louis in 2 weeks anyways, they can take that second spot. But you probably have to beat Seattle to do it. St. Louis is also a very good team, so that's going to be a determining factor. That is something that we have to take into an account. So, how do I like the season? What have we seen so far during the season? We have seen the struggles. We have seen the good, the bad, the downright ugly. We saw that first home opener in Vegas where it was just shitty stadium. And I actually want to tell you guys about this. I got a thing that was like, hey, what do you think about the XFL so far this season? I answered all the questions. And then I was like, I think that this game, blah, blah, blah. I told them what I thought, in my opinion. What should we know about your stadium? And I told them that this stadium is not going to work for long term. I don't think it's going to work for 2 years. I think it needs to stop after this year. I think we've noticed that obviously the field is awful. I feel like every week it gets better and better, but it's still not the greatest. And that's something that I hate. I like the XFL, but certain things are not clicking. I also said there should be a better promoting, because that is what I have been saying. Promoting has been terrible for the XFL. That is a fact. If I didn't know about the XFL originally, I probably wouldn't be watching right now. They barely showed it on the news. They barely hyped it up before the season. Um, they barely had commercials during big time events like Monday night, Sunday night football, Thursday night football. They didn't have. I don't think they had one during the Super Bowl. Like those are promotions that you need to go, especially like the Super Bowl where everyone looks at the Super Bowl commercials. But even then, you can't just have the Super Bowl, seeing as though your season's a week ahead. Like, in my opinion, you need to get connections with the other teams to also, you know, go. You can't so St. Louis, for example, like the Blues, have the Blues help get the name out. And even the Chiefs. Like you could have the Chiefs and like Vegas, they could have had the Raiders, the Knights. Hell, if they promoted it better with the Knights, they would have probably been immediately like fans probably would be interested, because the Knights are basically like the heart and soul of this city. Like the if we had to scale, this might be a fun video idea later in the future, but if we had to scale like every team like top to bottom ranked, Vegas is the top, and it will always be the top. No matter if the Raiders won the Super Bowl here, it was the first team here. It was the homegrown. Whether they win, whether they lose, we stand behind them. It doesn't fucking matter. So I think that they need to help promote their teams like quick. Now this is a curious question. Now, when we talk about expansion, because when you talk about expansion, it's like, okay, yeah, you want to expand to get more teams, to get more players, but is it a good idea to expand and spend more money on stadiums and arenas that don't generate much revenue? Like Vegas, there's the small arena, and it's pretty much had 16,000 the whole time. It's a consistent group. It's the same with pretty much everywhere else. It's pretty consistent. St. Louis, obviously the best fans in the league. That's not even a question. Best fans. Things that I've loved is like the uniforms. By the way, like love most of the uniforms on TV. They look great. There's some things I don't like. Like I noticed the Guardians have this weird patch. Like it just, when the light shines on it, you could barely see it. So the number, I think it's stupid. But we've seen some great things. We've seen some bad things. So obviously, if we were to look at the bad, it's not really many people are filling up arenas, and there was a lot of technical issues. But after watching Week 5, it looked like they got most of that under control. So that should be a good thing to look towards in the future. Um, we had we had a problem in this half of the XFL. A quarterback was everyone said was allegedly giving people the playbook. We found out that was false, which was great, because when he played, the Guardians were a great offense. It was just defense making mistakes. It was just both teams pretty much making mistakes that made, and why their seasons. That's why I think that game was so good, because they're both evenly matched. Two teams that make so many mistakes, both offensively and defensively. Both defenses crack down at certain points, and I think that's why that game was so entertaining. And then you had two quarterbacks that were just duking it out, and both proving that why they should stay starters. Because think about it, when you're on a team that's like, both were 0-4 at the time. Perez started, I think one out of started 2 games, and then he got taken out quickly, and then he was taken out of the game multiple times. So that's something you really need to look at going forward. So, I mean, I like the XFL. Those are just problems they need to fix, which they pretty much did. Like I said, I think the only thing is fan attendance. They just need to keep growing it. And I think that they just need to get a different stadium plan worked out for the Vipers. And I think that visually the game will be pristine. In other news, uh, unrelated to the XFL, which I want to know if you guys want, because I am going to bring more sports in this channel. When the NHL playoffs get here, I'm gonna talk about them. I am gonna express. I made a video earlier, but I don't like it. I didn't like it. I may or may not post it, so I might make a new one. So we'll have to see how that works. But I might do USFL. I know Carson Strong just got signed to the team that I really enjoyed watching. So, well, sorta, the Michigan Panthers. So, um, I think that that's going to be fun because I really like Carson Strong, and I think that he is a guy that if you have in your spring league team, like you have a young guy that you can build around. USFL has it right now. So, um, other things about the XFL is that some of the gameplay has been great. Some things have been a little shaky, but most gameplay is good. There's been high moments, big hits. Um, And yeah, I think overall, if you had us rated at a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 7, maybe a 6. Just because there's something about this time that wasn't like 2020. When 2020 hit, it felt like everything was on point. Uniforms were on point. Television was on point. Broadcasters were on point. Like there was hiccups here and there, but and remember that was 5 weeks in the season. We're already halfway through. Like gameplay was on point. Players were on point. Like everything was just to a T. The fan bases were crazy. Stadiums were getting packed. So like every section, you saw little gaps here and there, but every section was pretty much mostly full. So that's something to look at. It's something to hope for in the future. And yeah, we're at the halfway mark. I don't know when my next video will be. If I will make one probably before. My plan is to probably make one before the playoffs. So at least. So right now I'm just gonna keep following it. I'm sorry if I haven't made like weekly videos, but then when I realized that there was really gonna be a problem, there was no way I was gonna be able to do it. So yeah, you'll see me later. I will be posting a lot more Twitch highlights. I'm gonna start trying to put Twitch highlights down. I kind of want to make a video. Try to figure out a plan to make a video for the month where I just take clips, and then of the week of the month I streamed and put them in. Edit the video, post it for next month. So we're in March. So say like March. I put March's highlights in April's in this. So we'll see. Like I said, I'll work on it. I'll try to make tests. So don't expect that right away. But I know I've kind of pushed away from a lot of the gaming. I want to kind of bring it back to the channel and make it a little even. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Like I said, this whole video was filmed on Twitch. I'm going to start doing that a little more because sometimes I just want to make videos and that's just how it works. So, well, thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to tune into the Twitch and maybe watch one of these videos directly live, all you gotta do is go follow me at twitch.tv/prodavid_777. Obviously, that should be in the description below. That is gonna be it. Make sure you also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Sorry, but it's Instagram and Twitter, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, expand the brand, expand the name. I want to thank you guys, by the way, if you are on my Twitch already and made it possible for me to get affiliate. It's a dream come true. I've been waiting for it for a few years now. So I'm just happy that I finally hit it. And yeah, it's already just cool being able to see that people could subscribe to me. And you don't have to subscribe to me on Twitch, but it would be very much appreciated because the more you put in, I could promise you that the more you put into me and the more time you watch my videos, the more time you follow me, the more time you spend time out of your day to watch me, to have me entertain you. If you subscribe to me on Twitch, which obviously is a lot. It's a lot. It's money. You have to cost money to subscribe. And I want to do fun things for subscribers when you do subscribe, but it's going to be a big thing for me to be able to put more effort. I would like to have new graphics. I would like to have actually like animated graphics and stuff like that. So, yeah. Thank you for watching the stream. Well, I'm not ending the stream, but thank you for watching. If you watched one of my streams, and that's going to be it for me. Sorry this video was long too. I was hoping to make it under 10 minutes. I went just over. So, like, subscribe, favorite, dominate the world dominators, because David the Dominator is out. Peace.